Hello, everyone, and welcome back to AIC's Market Research Update podcast. My name is Saurabh, Customer Success Manager for AIC Advisory Group India. Today, we are exploring a crucial component in process industries, the severe service walls market. Joining with me once again is our expert analyst, Kiran, who will break down insights from AIC's BY24 report. So, welcome, Kiran.
Thanks for the introduction, Saurabh.
Thank you, Kiran, for joining. So, to begin with, the first question will be to know the scope of this market analysis report. So, can you just go through the same?
This report provides an in-depth analysis of worldwide severe service wall marketplace, including quantitative assessment of market size, segmentations, and forecast trends. ARC segments the market by product features, nature by supply regions, industries, distribution channels, customer types. The report also evaluates qualitative strategies of leading global suppliers to the market.
Thank you, Kiran. That sets the stage perfectly. Now that our audience understood the scope, let's discuss about the supply landscape. Can you go through that also?
Supplier of severe service market includes several of the major suppliers of walls and services like IMI Critical Engineering, Flowserve, Emerson. Other notable suppliers include Samsung, Baker Hughes, Circor International.
Thank you, Kiran. Interesting lineup. And with such demanding applications, I assume growth factors are closely linked to industry trends. So let's dive into that next. Like, what are the key growth factors driving the SSV market?
Thanks for the good question, Saurabh. One of the major growth success factor is economic growth of heavily regulated industries. Expansions and greenfield growth in a chemical processing is driving the growth of severe service sales in the chemical industry. This is due to in part of abundant supply of oil and natural gas in the US, reducing both energy and feedstock costs of chemical manufacturers. ARC has also begun to see some oil gas companies began releasing capital funding to explore new technologies and approaches for making their exploration and development activities profitable in new lower for longer oil price environment. Other factors are contributing towards growth of this market are growing demand for energy, digitalization in process industries, increasing focus on energy security.
That's a strong list, but every market has its challenges too. So let's talk about the other side of the equation. Like, what are the major inhibiting factors which you would like to point out?
Impact of US tariffs on global industries and trade dynamics. President Trump's steep reciprocal tariffs are disrupting industries such as automotive, technology, and manufacturing by raising costs and straining global supply chains. Export-driven economies in China, other part of Asia, and Europe may face slowdowns and sourcing shifts. Combined with inflation and policies uncertainty, these factors could curb investment and consumptions, forcing central banks to juggle inflation control and growth with lasting effects on industrial activity and trade patterns.
Yes, Kiran, the macroeconomic environment definitely plays a big role. Now, from an end user standpoint, like what should buyers keep in mind? What strategies would you recommend to buyers of severe service walls?
Thanks for the good question, Saurabh. One of the major buyer strategies is evaluate supplier remote service offering. As end users' location become ever more remote and operation more extensive, especially in oil and gas midstream pipelines, it becomes very expensive and often hazardous to transport valve maintenance support personnel to these sites, frequently for over cautious maintenance schedules. These users may want to consult with suppliers and system integrators to uncover and leverage the latest available wall technology with enhanced functionality such as remote operations, monitoring, and analysis over the archaic products.
Absolutely. Digital capabilities are no longer optional in remote operations. Let's now look at some major industry trends shaping the market, like any other key trends you would like to highlight to our audience.
Safety regulation is one of the major trend in severe service market. Increasing regulatory pressure, standards, compliance, and media activity are all combining to drive end users to the increased investment in severe service valves. For example, many national governments are putting increasing pressure on end users to meet safety regulations.
That's a significant insight. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the value of the report. How can buyers of the study benefit from the SSV market report?
Well, the client will get to know and develop a better understanding of competitive environment in which they are operating. As this report it provides strategic insight into severe service wall market in terms of how major companies are coming up with the innovative strategies and product to maintain their position in the market. ARC research aims to help both end users and suppliers of severe service wall for strategic planning.
Wonderful insight as always, Kiran. Thanks for joining us today and breaking down the severe service walls market in such a clear way. And to our listeners, for more information, feel free to reach out. Also, you can visit our website www.arcweb.com. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you in the next episode. So, thank you, Kiran.
Thanks, Saurabh.